Hello world, this is Jimmy Batista, owner of Waltham's Florist. As you can see from the beautiful flowers here, we are sponsoring the Via's Talk conversation today. If you guys need anything, please let me know. I know holidays are coming, we have weddings, any type of events, whether it's just because baby showers, we do it all. So we're your one-stop shop. If you need anything, please let us know. You can call us 781-894-4600, or you can order directly on our website for pickup or delivery. We do deliver, so please let us know. And that's just www.walthamsflorist.com.
Hey guys, it's me, Tina, your favorite Afro-Latina and your registered nurse. Happy to be here. Welcome back, guys.
What's up, everybody? This is Via with Via Talk, brought to you by Via Guatemala Coffee, Conversations Without Limits. I'm so happy and excited to have our amazing host, Jimmy Batista. Thank you.
Welcome.
And he is the owner of Waltham's Florist. And I really wanted to have him on the show to talk about being a Puerto Rican man, but also just, a Black man as well in today's culture. Some things you may go through, also to being a business owner, but also someone who your past hasn't been easy and how you kind of overcame these adversities. And so anyway, we'll get to it. So anyway, first question I want to ask you, tell us a little bit of your background in like your childhood and how did you get, not your childhood necessarily, like, I don't know if you're okay and we can cut this out, but you were in prison for a while, right?
No, my brother was.
Your brother was,
yeah,
okay.
10 years. He's been a lot more than that, but
you were like in the life of the streets.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So being in the life in the streets, obviously, and being surrounded in the 80s era and all that time, that's so easy to get into, right? So, and being involved in the streets, do you think that also helped you as a business owner?
Oh yeah, 110%.
Because you learn how to product supply and demand.
No matter what you do as a business owner, you can, no matter what field it is, all the same. Even as a registered nurse.
Of course. Should you talk to the camera right there?
Oh, my bad. So yeah, even as a registered nurse, you guys have the same type of supplies and demands that we all have. So
you work with what you got,
yes,
basically.
Exactly, yeah.
So let me ask you this. Being a flower, like a florist, just from what I know, especially out in Boston, is very like mafia. So usually like the Italian or the Irish mobs, they're the ones who usually are in the flower business. That's one. Oh, wow. And then two, it must be a panty dropper to be like, what's up, baby? I got the flowers.
Ladies love the flowers.
Yeah, I mean, it's for me, it's been like a stigma because I don't know if you guys ever watched the movie The Town.
Exactly.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen The Town?
No.
Girl, if you're a Bostonian, you gotta watch it.
All right, that's something I gotta watch.
That's like paid in full classic for out here.
Yeah, from Boston,
I'll watch
that's
it.
That's paid in full.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely I get that all
the time.
Ben
Affleck and
I don't know the other guy. Ben Affleck's the number one character there, but yeah.
Sorry, other guy.
Yeah. It's three brothers, or I don't know if they're brothers, but the cousins or whatever. But yeah, they get it in.
Okay.
And so yeah, I get that all the time.
So the Town, just a little bit. So why I reference mafia, The Town, just so you guys know, it's Irish or Italian mob, and a lot of the way they clean their money is through flower shops. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's
allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah.
And then also too though, it's rare too that is there a lot of male and men of color that own flower shops?
No, truthfully, I think I'm the only one.
I commend you in that. You're the first one I've met.
Yeah, I don't know anyone else. I have seen like Latin females, but not an actual flower shop. They'll have kind of do it out their house or something like that. But I don't know any that actually own flower shops. But so I definitely
commend you in that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're in your own lane.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. And
like I said, it's a panty dropper.
Yeah.
So what do you do when you're out and you meet a lady and you and she's like, oh, what do you do? Right?
I just tell them I'm an entrepreneur. You know what I mean?
Oh, you don't even
say
I'm
the flower man.
Right?
No. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, I mean, I'm expected to bring flowers no matter where I go anyway. So
that's
I'm used to that. So no matter where I go, I'm coming with flowers regardless.
Okay.
I got to bring my product. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Yeah, that's how I promote myself. And,
nice.
I mean, if you don't like flowers, I can't have you around me anyway. So,
right?
Yeah.
Just like you don't like coffee, I don't know what to tell you. I'm saying? We got a problem.
yeah. We can't work. So, yeah.
Okay, so, all right. So how did you start? You said you started 15 years ago.
15, yeah. So what happened was my ex-girlfriend at the time, she actually lived right next door to the flower shop. And the old owner had saw her coming in the back, had asked her if she needed a part-time job. And she's like, oh, sure. So she was helping him out. And I was going for boyfriend of the year. So I went to bring her lunch. And he asked me, hey, do you mind? Can you do me I'm in a little bit of a bind. Can you do a delivery for me? And I said, sure, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I did the delivery, and that's how it started.
So he was like your mentor and your foot in the game.
Oh, definitely my foot in the game, yeah.
And let me ask you this, was his shop, was it Waltham the Florist and you took over the name?
No,
or
so
you renamed it?
He was very, no disrespect if you hear this, he was a little ancient. And so he had like 5 different names. He had a lot of different aliases. He didn't have a logo. So I tell people
he was one of those flower shop people I was talking about.
So, I just tell people we had a foundation. And I did everything from there. I came up with the logo, one name, branding, all that kind of stuff. Renovated the whole place from the ground up. And so he had the foundation. He showed me the ropes, and then I just kind of flew from there. Nice. And so...
Can you do me a favor? Can you show the people a little bit how flowers is treated? Hold on. No.
This is all fake.
Come on. Talk about
No, he's icy. He's icy for sure.
Come on.
He's icy for sure. That's the flower game.
The flower game. I mean, you moving flowers out here.
Nice.
We trying, one day at a time. Yeah. So,
okay. So let me ask you this. What is appropriate first date? This fellas, you better be listening, tapping in. What is
that's a good question.
Appropriate for first date flowers?
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's just start off with first, you need to get flowers.
Thank you.
Because I feel like a lot of guys don't even do step 1.
I'm a flower myself.
I'm going to be 100%
it's a requirement.
honest. Yeah, that's a requirement, fellas. We got to step it up. I mean, we've gotten very lazy and complacent.
Thank you.
With the chivalry. And that's just so simple.
Yeah, that's the most basic thing. And you'd be surprised how often I hear that from ladies all the time.
Yeah, okay, so not courting anymore.
Fellas, you hear that? Like, he's telling y'all right now.
Mandatory.
Put in the work.
Before you know what type of flowers to buy on the first date to give to your lady or to the lady you're courting, first go and buy the flowers.
Yeah, so, of course. That's first.
Yeah, because honestly, I like flowers. I'm gonna tell you a true story. I go all the time to Whole Foods and get my flowers.
I buy myself flowers too, girl.
So anyway, listen, the guy, the cashier, he goes, he's like, why isn't someone buying you flowers? I'm like, mind your business.
Yeah, I like flowers. They're going to buy it for me,
I'm
too.
Like, do you ask everybody else that question? He's like, he was just like, I was just kind of desperate for you to buy. I was like, you know what? Put that shit in there and goodbye. But then when I was walking to the car, I'm like, oh my God, I'm buying myself flowers. And like, just to have a man, just even if he's thousands of miles away or even 20 minutes away, hey, I'm thinking about you, babe.
Of course.
Simple. But let me tell you something. I've bought men flowers too. Men actually like to receive flowers too.
That's a fact.
And I've done it. No shame on it.
That's real play
too. And I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
And the few times that I did it for Father's Day for a good friend of mine. Yeah. And I did it for, my partner as well. And they were like, wow, I never received it. And they were so happy.
Oh, yeah.
So men and women both like to receive flowers.
So ladies, you hear that? That's real play.
Get your man some flowers,
that's real pimping. Let me put my pinky up. That's real pimping.
Yes.
I know you guys are the host, but I do got a question for both of you guys.
Sure.
So let's say you guys were in a relationship. Would you rather the man buy you the flowers all the time, like let's say once a month, just for the house, or would you rather say him be like, hey, here's $100, grab whatever kind of flowers you want? What would mean more to you, or what would you guys like better?
Go ahead, I'll let you answer that first, and then I'll tell you.
Well, I prefer him picking it out because I mean, don't pick out the same thing. Keep it fun. Whatever's in season. Yeah, that's more meaningful for me. Gotcha. So keep the money and find something special for me for sure.
So I'm going to kind of exactly piggyback off what she said and agree, because to me, if you're paying attention to me and you're paying attention to our household and you're paying attention to my style, then you're going to need to know what kind of flowers to buy. Like, because that's another burden on me. Women, it's like, okay, women gotta be executives at work. We gotta say we got kids, right? We gotta
hats.
Then we gotta be a slut at night. Like we gotta do, and then you want me to go buy flowers for myself with the money you gave me? That defeats the purpose. So
correct.
Yeah, I kind of agree. What would you? So if you're the flower guy.
Yeah,
so that
I'm coming home with the flowers.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the vibe. I know I know what everything needs to be. I mean, she could give me like, hey, you know, this week can we do this, or you know, she can give me some input, of course, but you know,
you're the flower guy. Yeah. But okay, first date flowers.
All right.
What's appropriate?
You want to do for me, I'm a little bit smoother. I'm going to ask her beforehand, do you like flowers? Have you, see what she says.
Fellas, are you taking a note and pad? Are you guys writing this down? Okay, so
that should just
we're on a date. Hold on, you're calling me, right? And you're planning in a date. Hey, what's up?
I'm talking, whatever.
How you doing?
Obviously at this point, we kind of
know each other.
Yeah, we know each other, and I just say, "Hey, are you into flowers?" Or I'll bring up some fake story, like, "Oh, I just got my mom some flowers at the flower shop," and she's like, "Oh, that's so sweet," and then I'll be like, "Oh, so what kind of flowers you into? You like flowers?" And then they'll tell you yes or no, and even if they say no, they're getting flowers because I'm going to turn them into flower person.
Exactly, I like that.
So, what are the first date flowers?
So I'm going to tell you. Then first, you want to know what they like. Let's say you hate daisies. You need to know. So, do you have a favorite flower? It's just like asking somebody, "What's your favorite color?" You got to get to know the vibe. That way, she's like, "Oh, I love pink." You're not going to come through with all yellow. You gotta come on. You gotta put the play together. So I'll ask them. I'll know a little bit, and so that way, when our first date comes, she's like, "Damn, this mofo pay attention." It's all about paying attention.
Notes.
Yes, exactly.
That's important.
So you got to be a student at the game.
Fellas, you guys hearing this? Come on, if you guys aren't writing down the gems of basic courting, dating 101.
It's so simple.
I'm glad you said etiquette too, because like my adopted parents always told me never go somewhere empty-handed. And I feel like we're even losing that. Like, no offense, everyone puts on barbecues and people just come in there to eat and take and not give. Like, bring a bottle of wine, bring some flowers. And some especially, and again, ladies, a lot of you guys meeting your men's parents or mothers for the first time. She gonna think you a whole bird if you don't pull up with flowers and wine.
Latina mother, I'm telling you right now, don't come empty-handed.
Don't come to your son's whatever and be like, "Oh, I'm here," and like you just pull up. No, like take the time to go get flowers and even ask the son, "Hey, what type of flowers does your mother like?" Right? Yes. Because that mother is just gonna be like, "Oh my God, you guys want them?" Because I'm sorry, but you got there's just no home training. There's a lot of wolves out here. People were raised.
I agree.
It's crazy.
So I mean, if let's say I don't have any of those hints, let's say it's a true first date and I don't have any of those hints, I'm going bright and colorful, but more girly colors. I'm going pinks and purples.
But are we buying roses or no?
Yeah, you can include not red. Red is a no-go.
Red is love. Red is the color for love.
Like but first date on the first date.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, to each own.
I think it's traditional.
No. Red in the flower game, that means I love you.
Yeah,
you may scare a girl away.
Me?
You
have me some roses? I'll be like, oh
so
shit.
The two colors you
don't send me white roses. I'm thinking funeral.
No white. Yeah. So you want to stay away from white, yellow, and red on the first day.
See, guys, I'm learning something new.
Yellow means friendship, so you're sending the wrong message. That's like a known thing. I never knew.
Yeah.
And so pink and purple means like, I adore you or flirting, so you want to go with those kind of colors, pinks, purples. Wow. I go romantic colors if I know no information. Or if it's fall season, I'm going with some fall flowers, and then I'm going to start picking your brain. And then on date number 2, you're going to get exactly what you were talking about.
I'm kind of dark. I like black roses too. Like if he gave me black roses, I'd be like, ooh, he knows me.
Yeah. Those must be hard to find.
Well, they actually just got a supplier for black. They're not natural. They're stem dyed.
Okay, yeah.
And it's funny that you even mentioned black because I've had customers over the years want black for whatever reasons.
They just look so sexy.
And so I finally just found a supplier on black. So if you guys need black roses, there you go, guys. Talk to me. I'll make
Halloween's coming up. You can still, even though Halloween, you can still, you know what I mean? Use them. Come on, you know what I mean? Yeah. I think black roses are so beautiful in your house with a nice, beautiful ribbon. Like it doesn't always have to be colorful. Like just sometimes. Because, as you guys see here on my end, I'm Central American and our colors are very bright. So sometimes to bring it down a little bit, it's good because it's still beautiful. Okay, so let me ask you this then. The next question. So
but on that, I mean, I think minimum we should, if it's a first date and you're really feeling her, I think we should talk about $1 price point, no? Because I feel like that's a big discussion now in the world. Is like, how much should you be spending on a first date?
Yeah.
I mean, let's forget about the date. Let's start with the flowers first.
Yeah.
Because fellas, are y'all paying attention?
Can you give affordable options as well for our young adults that are in college?
So that's a good point. So someone like in high school or college or, just fresh out of college, you can go as simple as a cute single rose, Green's Baby's Breath with the ribbon. That's smooth. That way it's not heavy.
That's real player.
Yeah,
I like that.
And then you just give them to that and then you just start, work their way up. Because as guys, you got to start, you don't just start off with $1 million because now you got to top everything you do.
Everything's going to be expectations.
Yeah. So
work your way up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If you go hard with a dozen roses, bro, you can't ever go below that. You got to go up. And there's nothing wrong with that. You just got to make sure you stay in your price point. You got to stay in your lane. You don't want to force it and go broke trying to impress her. And then now you can't do nothing because now.
Okay, so I'm glad that you talked about first date.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, you see me very active on Facebook.
Yes.
And this past year or two, I don't know what, and God, I want to say the past 5 years, I don't know what is going on with men, but I literally been reading men like, oh, men want flowers too. Men want to be wined and dined too. Men want bottles too. Like, men want to be, I'm like, are y'all bitches? Y'all want to be courted? Like, I feel like it's some weird shit going on. And as a man, do you not see it where men are acting like, what is this bitch assness going on?
I have no idea.
They might take it over. But I'm okay with giving a little flowers and gifts here and there.
No, but I don't mind. But I feel like the way men are like right now,
like overly aggressive about it.
Yeah, I think men want it as much as the female.
Women. Okay,
that's a force.
I see that.
I mean, of course, we want to be acknowledged. We want to be loved on. We want to be spoiled and all that. But it not at the same amount. It should definitely. Guy needs to be up here spoiling, and the girl should be down here. It needs to be something.
So you agree on gender roles?
On certain things.
Yeah, so courting and like as far as like dates and things like that, that's important, I feel like.
Yeah, but I also think a man needs to lead. So I think that, it should heavily be in the man, but like, as a man, if you're doing all the leading and once in a while she takes the lead, cool.
She'll have your back.
Yeah, exactly. Because who knows? You never know. Things can go down. You got to be ready. She's got to be able to hold your back no matter what. Yeah. So I'm not expecting it all the time, but I do like every now and then to be thought of. You know what I'm saying? And appreciate it.
Everybody wants to feel appreciated.
Yeah.
And I love to, like, when I'm with a man, I will spoil you. We will do like, hey, surprise. I'll even send my dude Cash App. I always talk shit like, nah, you better pay me, but I'm a big spoiler, right? I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, it's Poppy, I want to spend today, right? No, but so I am. But my thing is, like you said, you got to earn that. So like, you got to make me feel safe and secure when I'm out. You got to, and I hate to say it, like you have to do these type of things. But my main thing is what I was going to say was like, so like, I think the reason why men are feeling this way, and don't you see it? Don't you think right now in the past 5-10 years, there's so many more women bossing up, more women in open up businesses, more women
more
getting
degrees, we're making a little bit more
money. And I feel like these men, for some reason, they're not rising the way women are rising.
They're not.
And they're, thank you. You're saying it.
Can I make a point? The problem is this. A lot of men feel intimidated by that type of woman because they're not able to compete with that. They're a guy for some reason feels like they want to be able to control everything, and we need to stop that. If a woman wants to be a boss and do her thing, you need to help her in any which way. You obviously do your thing, but you got to be there, support her, give her some ideas, be her backbone too, and let her grow. A lot of guys, it's just part of the mind game. A lot of guys like to do. They like to control, and they don't want to see their woman be more successful than them.
Yeah, and I don't mean to toot my Latinos out there, but there's a lot of homes where Latino homes, where I grew, where the mother will make more but never demasculates a man. And I mean, I would see like the man make less, but he was always the head of the household.
Yeah, of course.
And my mother, whether it's my mother, my sisters, I knew they made more.
Of course.
But when I was home, the man was the man.
Of course, you got to be. You got to wear the pants.
Well, so that's even on, and what you said, that's amazing. And you're right. I think it's a Latin culture thing because like women are very submissive and subservient in the Latin culture to the men. But what I've been noticing, and this is interesting that you said this, when you said about men not allowing women to lead or not allowing women to take control of boss because they're fearful of taking control.
Yeah, insecure.
So let's even go deeper than that.
Give me a masculine man.
But let's go deeper than that. Maybe it's their childhood and the type of mothers that raised them, right? Because I feel like the reason right now, what I'm just running into with so many of my friends, is that a lot of these men are being run by their mothers.
That is true.
And so,
single mothers.
Yeah, single mothers. So what's happening is either the mothers were really abusive or the mothers are really controlling their mama boys, right? So it's like they're not allowed. They don't know how to let their women or be a partner to their women because it's like they got this like, and what do you think? Like, do you think that, I mean, I don't know. I'm just seeing right now, it's really sad because women like ourselves, she has degrees, like myself, I own businesses. Like, it's hard. Like, I want you to be an alpha male.
We're boss ladies, but we're looking for that masculine.
Of course, yeah. I mean, for me, I'm into, I don't know, I find it sexy and a turn on when there's a boss woman. Yeah. I mean, I think two bosses together is only going to create something beautiful. Yeah. Kind of like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Those are kind of goals that I'm looking for.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah. Unfortunately, in my situations, I haven't found that.
You haven't found your Beyonce?
No, I have not. I've been
You looking?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you single, ladies?
You know, I'm single. Definitely have some people that are,
you got a rotation.
It's complicated. He's single, but it's complicated.
But, I'm definitely, I'd love to find somebody that, got their stuff together.
Okay, let's talk about this. Somebody, would you like to have? All right. Okay, so are you dating multiple women? Do you let them all know about each other, or like say, "Look, I'm dating multiple women"?
Of course, yeah.
You going in?
I don't believe. I'm an open book, so you can ask me any question you want.
Well, you know why I say no? Let me tell you why I say that, and I'm gonna tell a real story. I was talking to this guy, and I kept saying, "Yo, are you still talking to your ex? Are you still talking to your ex?" And he was like, "No, I promise I'm not. Promise I'm not." I'm like, and then I find out he's still talking to her, and I pulled up on her.
Ooh.
Okay,
yeah,
but not on because honey, I own businesses and I'm grown, but I still got a little, But I needed to know the truth on my end because I'm not about to give you the keys to the kingdom. Meaning, I got my own money, I got my own businesses, I got my own connects. I'm not about to open up the gates and then you lying to me. You know what I mean? So what I'm asking you, I think most men should do. I think when and it's okay if we're dating, it's okay for you to date multiple men or multiple women, but we need to be honest and y'all.
Beginning
and y'all men just don't be honest.
Put down boundaries.
Y'all men just don't, but they don't be honest.
No, they lie.
I mean, my thing is, I think honesty is always the
Why y'all lie?
That I don't have any. I know why they lie.
Look at me in my eyes, baby. Why you lie?
More women will be open to if a man's honest with them, say, "Hey, I want to date multiple people. Hey, I'm into poly. I'm into this." Yeah. A lot of women will they want the truth and they're okay. Yeah. But a lot of men, they're afraid, or I don't know what it is. They just tell the truth.
The problem is they want their cake and be able to eat it too.
So like they want to date other, but they don't want shorty to date. You know what I mean? Because y'all men are just
they want to keep that fish. Remember, it's all about control. They want to control that one fish, so that fish ain't going nowhere else, and that fish thinks it's only for him.
Yeah,
little greediness.
Yeah. I don't.
So how you go about? Okay, so you're dating Tina and you're dating me, right? How you go about telling us? Like, what's your advice? How do you say it?
So I'm gonna let both of y'all know. You're not gonna know each other's names, who they are, all that. I don't do details.
We're not gonna be sisters.
One of us has to be the main chick. Because I'm not a side chick. I'm not a mistress. So who's the main chick?
Well, my thing is, it's none about mains or sides and none of that. It's just let's just be open and have a real dialogue. My thing is, it shouldn't be. I'm gonna tell you this, and you're gonna find out that was a lie, and I just that causes drama.
So what do you say?
Oh, I just say, hey, I'm dating other people, and this is what it is.
Okay, so what if I'm like, well, what do you mean you're dating other people, and what if I see you out?
Say what's up. I ain't got no problem. We can say but what's up, and then you got to keep it pushing. We're not. I mean, and if you're gonna cause a situation, I don't do drama. I'm too grown for that. You know what I'm saying? So and. I don't kiss and tell. That's why I said I'm not gonna say, oh, this is her and this is. I don't kiss and tell. That's that's our business. That ain't for the streets.
Right.
So if we see each other, you can say hi, but just know after the hi is bye. Unless you're comfortable enough.
I
think it definitely has to be a confident woman to. Yeah, in that situation.
If you can handle the situation and you're not gonna cause drama, then baby girl, pull up. Let's all eat. Let's all have a drink.
Let me ask you this though, and don't you agree? Because you're a business owner, I'm a business owner. Don't you agree that it takes a confident person to be with you.
Oh yeah,
because
mandatory.
and imagine this, you're giving flowers, so you're constantly dealing with women all the time.
Of course, yeah.
So,
and you got to remember, I own a business with flowers, so I'm
that's
always
what I'm
trying to network.
Women, yeah,
exactly.
You know, and so it's not always about, hey, let's start dating. It's just like, hey, you may be a good contact for me. You may own something. You may know somebody that knows somebody. I want to be on your good graces.
So it takes a very confident, secure woman to be able to deal with that.
You gotta. I also think that me as a man, I gotta give you that confidence.
Make me feel secure.
Yeah. I feel like not even just men. I just feel like people need to.
That goes for both.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not just for men. You gotta instill that confidence. It doesn't just happen.
Yeah.
You gotta gain that trust. You gotta just,
Speaking of that, you know what I really don't like right now, and it's so annoying. I don't care how busy you are. You ain't the president of the United States. If I hit your line and you don't hit me back, I don't know. We got problems.
I agree.
Really?
Sis.
I'm not a phone person. You know I have problems with that.
Yeah, I know, but we can't. But if I'm dating you, let's
meet up.
No, but if I'm dating you.
No, she's just talking about regular call, and she's just texting you.
No, but say we're dating. I wanna, you don't gotta hit me and call me. Not every day, but you.
What? Every day? I think every day is necessary.
Well, every day is fine too, but whatever, how you doing. But to me, it's just like you can go days or weeks without speaking to me. Bye, you're fired.
I'm okay with that. That's why I separate dating from a husband.
Wait.
If you're my husband, I want to hear from you every day. I like to separate dating and someone that's you're engaged to and you're going to get married to. So that's when I say women are given the role of a wife to a boyfriend. So I don't think you should.
I'm looking at you because you be getting a lot of. You better chill with them FaceTimes.
It's a learning lesson, and I'm growing. I'm reaching these milestones. You guys have more experience than me, but one thing I learned was to not give the role of a wife to a boyfriend. So one thing, checking in every day, that's something a wife would do with her husband.
Yeah,
that's too much.
So that's why.
What about a boyfriend? Like y'all, boyfriend, girlfriend.
I mean,
with titles.
Well, checking in every day, that's a title a wife will give to her husband, not her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So if I'm dating you, you're my boyfriend, I don't feel like I have to check in every day. I don't feel like we have to talk every day.
As a boyfriend.
And
as a man.
I don't think I'm okay with that. Yeah, go ahead. How do you feel about that? You date I'm your boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, and you're my boyfriend, and I say I don't feel like I need to talk to you every day. Am I fired?
Put a ring on it. You could talk to me, you can have access to me 100%. Put a ring on it. I'll give you that and more.
Well, that's a good point. But for me, I feel like you're leaving, as long as she's okay with me dating other women, because I feel like you're leaving me to be a stray dog. Yeah. And I'm just, someone else is going to be giving me the time and the attention that I'm looking for.
Regardless? When they're dating, how do you know for sure they're only dating you?
Well, let me be honest.
Because we're just talking about that.
Let's be honest. In the beginning, you're probably right. Because as a man, what we're doing is we're testing out the cars. And we're looking for the right car that we want to settle with. And so in the beginning, there could be some games being played. Maybe, I'm going to tell you the truth. You say, oh, you talking to anybody else? Yes, I am. What's the point of playing with you? This is what I'm bringing to the table. This is what I'm offering. I just don't believe in lies. Because once you start off a lie, you can't. Once you get caught in a lie, it's it's over.
I agree with you, and the only reason why I'm gonna differ with you, Tina, is for me. If I'm taking the time to date, that means you potentially could be my husband. So I'm trying to build with you, and I want to tell you my secrets. I want to tell you what I'm going through. I want to tell you, hey, I just shot this podcast today. I want to tell you, what do you think I should do? So if I'm not for that, but if I'm not speaking to you every day and kind of having these and building with you, and then it's weird. It's like, okay,
if I want to, I would, but That's the thing. If we're talking every day, those are things that people in a union, people that are married are supposed to be doing.
Which is true, very true. But I worry when someone has too much time on their hands. It lets the mind wander a little bit. I'm maybe not all day, because I'm a busy man too. I can't talk to you all day. I'm gonna hit you up real quick. Like, baby, I'm busy. I'll hit you up later though. It's called communication. But especially it's Friday night. And I'm not hearing from you. I'm like, okay, so what's she doing on her Friday night? All right. Now I feel like it's a competition. Now I feel like I got to go do something on my Friday night.
Like, you're going to be like, Usher?
Yeah.
How would you feel if the person you're with travels and doesn't let you know? That's something I do a lot.
Ooh. Wait, you do that?
Yeah, I did that in my past relationship.
Ooh.
I'll be like, hey, what are you doing? Here in Cali. Oh, you didn't tell me you were going to Cali.
Yikes.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I'm here for business. I'm looking for, I'm in the fashion district looking for clothes for my business. It's work.
No, of course. I mean, but I think, that I don't know.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, that's not working for me. I'm gonna be
honest.
honest.
Honestly, I've done that, but you ain't shit if I do that.
Oh, of course, yeah. I'm not feeling you. Yeah,
I'm not feeling you because I don't feel. But I'm gonna tell if I care about you, I'm like, hey, baby, hey, papi, I'm just letting you know I'll be out of town, blah blah blah. But
it's someone you're invested into.
Yeah, but if I just leave.
Oh yeah, I don't respect you.
Yeah, it's like
I've done it too, but it's just I don't respect you enough to tell you. Like I don't want you to know my business. I'm being I'm already a private person, but if I do that with you, I'll let you know what time we're on. So if someone does that with me, I'm gonna feel offended.
Next question. Okay, so we have back to your flowers.
Yes, talk.
So we have obviously first date. Okay, what do you do for say? Is there November's coming. What's a great Thanksgiving? And everybody right now, Thanksgiving's coming up. Hit him up. What's a great Thanksgiving? Is this like a Thanksgiving centerpiece?
Yeah, this is popular because you guys can't see.
It got all the colors.
It's also in a ceramic pumpkin. So this is you can't see it because it's in a box, but very popular. Me personally, I like to do things big, so I'm going 3 candles. Centerpiece. So it's going to have 3 candles, tapered candles, and it's going to be a beautiful piece for the table. And then when the food comes out, you light those candles and it's just one of those. And I do the same thing for Christmas.
So y'all hear that? Yeah, centerpieces, make sure that you guys order from Waltham the Florist.
I mean, even for
Christmas and for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, even if I didn't own a flower shop or if I ever decide to go to a different, I'm doing minimum probably like $125, $150 for the flowers.
For the centerpiece.
Oh yeah, mandatory.
All right, next.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it sets the tone for the whole. Mean, because I've done this and I live it, I know what flowers do for a room, just the ambiance.
Exactly.
And it's welcoming, it's loving.
Oh yeah. Even when I go to a restaurant, if they got a flower, like a single flower, or something on the table, I know that the owner cares about their business. It's just the smallest little thing, but as a flower guy, I'm like, this person cares.
Yeah.
They're putting love into their restaurant. Yeah.
What other businesses do you have now? Do you have besides the flower, or do you? Are you in real estate? Like how? And like how do you balance your other businesses?
So my main bread and butter is the flower.
Yeah,
that's what I've been doing. That's what I'm passionate about for sure. My new passion that I'm working on is real estate.
Oh, nice.
We're working on some renovation projects. I'm kind of almost done with one of them.
So you're flipping?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to flip or if we're going to rent.
When you say we, who's we? Is it La Familia thing?
Yeah,
okay.
Me and my brother.
Nice.
So I have a twin brother if you guys didn't know.
Oh, you're a twin? That's cool.
And we're fraternal, so we look nothing alike. He looks like my mom, I look like my dad. So like if you seen us, you'd be like, y'all ain't brothers, because we look so much different.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so he has a company called Batista Property Services.
Batista Property Services.
And so that's the goal right now. We're trying to do some maybe Airbnb, rent them out. But that's the plan right now. So I'm definitely passionate about that. It's kind of like flowers. I love when, you have flowers here, you have an empty vase, and then you just create magic. Kind of probably like what you do when you're doing your paintings. You have a blank surface, and then you just start creating magic.
Right.
And I love doing that with houses. You have a house that just looks like
blank,
and then it just looks like it looked like it just been through war. And I love tearing that thing down and bringing it back up new, making it look beautiful. And
right.
So.
Okay, and then let me ask you this. So what would your 90 self or 80 self tell your, so you're 16, right? Or what would you tell yourself now going back at, say, your young age? And then what would you tell your older self?
That's a good question. My younger self would tell my older self, just keep going. Believe in your instinct and what your gut tells you to do.
Because let me ask you this: did you have a hard time believing a lot, or?
Yeah, I mean, because I come from the projects, and
so a lot of people didn't believe in you.
Yeah, of course not. I grew up around a lot of drugs and crime and all that kind of stuff, and it was around me every day. Unfortunately, my parents was caught up in that lifestyle as well.
They were addicts.
Yeah, I mean. Both a little bit, but they also was making money, moving, shaking, and baking. But yeah, I seen it all around, and so for me, I just knew that I didn't want to live that. I didn't. I wanted nothing. So that's why I don't do anything. I don't drink. I'll drink maybe like socially, maybe one drink if I'm at the club when we get bottles and all that. But I'm not gonna go, hey, let's go out for drinks. Let's go out to eat. I'm gonna tear some shit up.
That's my favorite thing to do. I'm a foodie. We're foodies.
Yeah, I'm gonna go tear some shit up.
Nice.
But yeah,
So your younger self would tell your old right now where you're at, just keep going, believe.
Oh yeah, just believe in yourself.
Let me ask you this: did you have like some of the dreams that you had? Were your mother and your family or your father and them be like, yeah, whatever, you ain't gonna do that? Or like, or was your family always really supportive and it was your friends?
Well, truthfully, I've always been private. So like even with my flower shop, when I took over, because I was living a different lifestyle at the time, nobody knew for the whole first year. I didn't tell nobody. I'm the same way.
I'm a private person. Whenever I'm building something, I keep it to myself and God. That's it.
Yeah. Nobody knew for the whole first year. And
nobody knew about this for a long time. This until it was a group text, and then I brought it up because it's like you got to keep it. You got to protect it for a long time.
And plus, I was like I said, I was living a different lifestyle, and flowers didn't really like. I don't know how to explain it, but it really
like wait, like Jay-Z's like was it the blueprint? Like the fuck you gonna do besides sell crack? Remember Jay-Z? Remember?
So for me, it was just like it wasn't the masculine thing to be doing.
Yeah,
I just knew that I wanted to do business. That's what I did know. So what I've always been passionate about, even as a kid. So
when you was young and you were seeing like, oh wow, like the money coming in and out, and you were seeing it, you was like
me and my twin brother, we even as kids, we was collecting cans. I don't know if you guys know about that, but that's how we was getting money. Yeah. We would collect all the cans. We would actually in the projects go from house to house asking people, they would even save them for us because they already knew what time it was. They wanted us to, so we would do that. Then
those were business skills, believe it or not.
Yeah. And my mom, I remember after our first communion, I don't know why I always remembered that, but she would literally like for other people, they would come, hey, can we borrow $50 and we'll give you $75 on the 1st or on the 15th.
So your mom was a bookie?
Yeah, literally, on the low, and that was
allegedly.
And so for me, that started my whole entrepreneurship.
So you're saying that your first basically mentor in a sense was your mom. Your mom was the hustler.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
That's why you love strong, confident women because you see it in your mom.
Yeah, for sure I do. I love strong, confident women.
What would you tell? So now your younger self tells now. What would your now tell your 70, 80-year-old like self now?
Oh, that's deep.
That's deep.
Yeah. And everything that you got going on between business, between your other whatever, and then your love life. Like, what do you...
So for me, I would say, because I'm type A personality, I love, like, my checklist got to get done. I'm they call me Mr. Get Shit Done because I don't like to leave things unsettled. I would tell myself just to enjoy the moments. Because a lot of times you get so caught up in, I got to do this. Well, me, myself, anyways, I'm talking to myself. I'm always like, all right, I got to finish this, finish that before I do anything. But I kind of forget to enjoy the moment because
reward yourself. It's important to always reward yourself, even small little rewards.
Of course. And that's something that as I'm getting older, I'm starting to do more of because when I first started, my biggest thing was to fail. I did not want to be a failure. That's part of the reason why I didn't tell people either, because I was, I'm just, I didn't know anything. And I literally learned everything on my own. Yeah. So I'm like,
you can't never fail though if you don't start.
No, I agree.
Shoot, I'm like Aristotle in this bitch. Just kidding.
No,
that was my biggest thing that's why I work so hard. I don't mind putting in the hours and the time because my goal is I never want to fail at anything. And so I tell that to all the young kids around me. Hey, if you want to be a business owner, you just got to be willing to put in the time.
And stay focused too.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like a lot of things, people be like, oh man, they be like, V, how you do this? How you do that? Like everybody thinks and swears like whatever, but
it's not easy.
I always tell everybody,
sure.
You got to stay focused in one thing. Put in the time before you can start. Like now you're going into real estate, right?
Yeah.
You can't try to do 3 businesses at once and then still balance your personal, because if you spread yourself too thin, that's it.
It happened to me. I was doing 3 businesses and now I tackled it to 1 and I'm focused on one.
And
I can tell
you,
people
it's not easy. You got to plant one seed. Watch that flourish first, get that under control, and then start to venture out.
I was telling them, it took me 20 years just to get my first hotel account. Like, so, how long that took me, and it's just like the time, how many times I was painting and, getting kicked out of school, everything for that. Okay.
It's funny that you say that because I just tackled my first double-digit wedding. It's going to be on the 11th of...
That's what I'm talking about.
For me, that was big. You know what I mean? Yeah. We was always doing, smaller ones like 5,000, 3,000, 7,000, but never did double digits. So it was my first one. So
oh my God. See, that's a big deal. Especially when you're a business owner and you reach something like that, you're like, what?
Yeah. I didn't know if it was ever possible because it takes so much, work and manpower. But I said, you know what? This is the time.
It's possible and it's going to happen again and it's yours.
Let me ask you this, being a male and all the pressures on you in business, how do you think, and also too, I was reading an article saying that entrepreneurs right now, one of the biggest, we're going through a lot of mental illness, right? Mm-hmm. Meaning anxiety or just like we're going to go, like our stress levels right now. And especially I'm asking you as a man because I feel like society doesn't ask men enough, and especially when you're an entrepreneur too, right? So there's a lot of, you got payroll, you got your rent, you got your own, your rent of Waltham the Florist, right? Yeah. Then you got your own, right? How do you feel? What do you do to get therapy, or what do you do to kind of for your own mental health? How do you find that balance?
I tell people anytime you own a business, you have to set up structure. Yeah. You can't do anything without a foundation. Okay. So you always have to have structure. You have to have a schedule. For me, I don't think I would be where I'm at if I didn't have a schedule. And a schedule that you actually keep to. Not, Mondays we're going to just, go to the gym. Tuesdays, like an actual, hey, from 7 to 9.
And do this, and then do this, and then do this.
I think that's very important to stay with the structure.
And you saying that helps too with your mental.
Of course, yeah, because now I'm not stressed. Like, what do I have to do today? I don't have to keep thinking about what's going on for that. I just look at my calendar. All right, this is what I got to accomplish today. Then obviously on top of that, I do therapy, and I think that therapy is something that should be...
Wait, so you're in therapy?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh my God. You guys hear that? I'm so proud of you to say that now.
I think therapy is essential.
And to be honest with you, I think we need to keep having more conversations about therapy, more and more, and we need to hear more men and men of color.
Oh, yeah.
First of all, he's Puerto Rican, and you're Black, and you're Italian. So those are three very masculine cultures that you have in you.
Nothing wrong with therapy.
And therapy, so... Okay, let me ask you this.
I think therapy is needed for everybody. No matter who you are.
Definitely.
How long have you been? When did you say, okay, you know what, light bulb, I gotta go to therapy? And how long have you been in therapy?
So off and on for about maybe 4 or 5 years. Once my sister passed,
we're gonna get into that.
That was something that made me really want to go. Because me and my mom were like the rock for the family. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't really grieve properly. And what my grieving was, all right, let me work more. So my mind is off of it.
That's survival. Yeah.
Yeah. So I didn't even want to think about what was going on. I was literally working the day of all of it. I worked the whole thing through just so I could keep my mind off of it. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of what's triggered it.
Quick background, just because I know him personally, and it's October still. So not only I'm wearing pink because it's Cancer Awareness Month, but it's also Domestic Violence Month. And just a quick little background: his sister passed away of
domestic violence.
Of domestic violence. She was killed.
My condolences to your family.
She was killed. So I can see how that was a trigger. And not only, and that's important. We need to talk more and more. I know it's getting a little bit dark, but we're going to put up 800 hotlines for you guys because we need to talk about
some resources below.
And not only that, I think we need to talk about more. How does it affect family members, men? Like we never talk about, we always talk about how it affects the women, but we never talk about the man. So how did, like you said, you were in survival mode, like, now, I know that there's a little boy involved, right? Your nephew.
Yeah, my nephew, yeah.
So how did it affect you? And like you said, you went to therapy. That was like, because you needed to like cope with the loss and and this
properly. Instead of, I know that working wasn't the answer.
Exactly.
I'm like, I know this is not what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
So I figured, you know what? Let's try this, see how that works. Give me somebody that I could talk to that doesn't know who I am, not going to judge. And I just feel like that's something that we need to promote I feel like therapy has a negative notation towards it.
And I don't know why.
I have no idea.
It's so healing.
It's something that I try to promote that to a lot of people. Like, it's not negative. It doesn't mean you're weird. It doesn't mean you're crazy. I think that we need to like encourage it at a very young age. And I feel like that's what's happening in the world.
Agree.
I feel like a lot of these kids are having these school shootings and acting out is because they don't have someone. They have a broken home. Maybe the parents aren't together, and this is their way to lie. They have no one to speak to or vent about what's going on inside. They don't understand what that frustration is and what it is. So they just lash out on people, maybe in the wrong way. And I feel like if they had therapy in their life, I think that a lot of those things would be situated correctly versus them using the wrong outlet and hurting and harming other people because they don't know how to handle the emotions that they're dealing with as kids.
Well, I think our insurance issue in the United States is an issue because I think there's two things that should be mandatory. Self-defense for little boys and girls and therapy should be part of your thing.
Please,
and the problem is therapy has always been a very rich thing. If you notice, only Caucasian people got it. Like people of color didn't really go to it. So now it's more people of color speaking about it, right? And the thing is, it's like we need to keep talking about it. We need to keep pushing it, but we need to really, because right now too, it's becoming such a like money maker thing, and we need to make it where it's affordable because not everybody can go private practice and pay $100, $200. And I think it's really, once again, it's just something is systematically wrong with the system where so many minorities and people of color, they do not have the money to pay for a private therapist or private practice, right? And so we need to like, you know, really make it more affordable as well. And also too, I think, you know, we as friends and female to female or male to male or together, we need to also say, look, honey, like I'll tell my friends, I am not qualified for this shit. Like you cannot dump this on me. I am not, I do not have a PhD in psychology or sociology. I'm going to need you to seek a therapist for this.
That's what I tell my friends. Or a mental health counselor, which is a new thing with telehealth. If there's not a therapist, a mental health counselor is just as good. Maybe they don't have the 4-year degree. They might have maybe a 1 or 2 year associate's degree. They're just as good. So that is something that's more affordable. A mental health counselor.
I think it's just necessary. And I want to give a big shout out to them as well because we need more. Right now, there's a shortage of them. And, you know, just I don't know how we get that people into doing that, but I want to thank them for doing that.
Yeah, so that's another. I'm glad that you brought that up. Young boys of color, high school, or you got your parents out there and you got sons and daughters and young girls. We need more, especially young men of color, to be male therapists. We need this because guess what? A brother from the hood isn't going to talk to white John.
No, I agree.
From
we need someone that we can relate to.
That we can look like us and be like, this is, you know, because the only time I feel like, I know even for me, I was really troubled growing up. And the only time I felt like I had a real counselor was my guidance counselor. And I feel bad for my guidance counselor. You know, Link Classical, shout out to Cooley High. That poor guidance counselor was hearing all, we were all fucked up kids. You know what I mean? Coming from
one for like 200
kids. You know what I mean? It's not fair. So it's like our guidance counselors in schools. And that's another thing too. Like, our teachers are getting too much load, like the education and a psychologist, and it's too much, you know?
And they're not getting paid enough.
Shout out to our teachers out there in public schools.
Right, you know?
We appreciate you for sure.
So let me ask you this. With your group of friends and your guy friends, if you see them, do you talk to them and open about therapy?
Oh, yeah. To any human being, I talk to them about it. I think it's just very needed, necessary, even just for regular everyday stuff, you know, because a lot of people are going through stuff and don't even realize what they're actually going through. If they spoke to a therapist, they may be able to pinpoint, hey, that you may have a little anxiety going on, or you may need to see a doctor. Maybe you may be diagnosed with, you know, ADHD or something
bipolar,
like that. And so I feel like a lot of people go misdiagnosed because they don't ever want to open up about what they're feeling on the inside. And I feel like, you know, people think that that's demasculinized, though. You can't talk about your feelings. Man, I'm an open book. I'm going to tell you, hey,
you need the coping skills so there could be less crime, less domestic violence.
Of course,
and now, do you feel like therapy has made you a better entrepreneur right now as well?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's leveled me out. Definitely my business has been doing amazing, and every year since I've opened up, we've just been growing and growing. So I'm very grateful, and the therapy definitely has made me more level-headed, made me more
a better entrepreneur.
Yeah, all around. Yeah, it was definitely very helpful. it keeps me on track. I talk to her about making sure about those kind of things. And it's been one of the most beneficial. I do a lot of like, I do massages to just try to relax. I go to the gym.
Me too. I love a good massage.
Oh, yeah, facts. Yeah,
self-love is important.
Every month I'm in the spa getting my massages.
Especially being an entrepreneur, I feel you on that.
We
need that.
Yoga, meditation.
I haven't got into yoga, but it's definitely something I want to do.
Definitely try it.
So my next question to you is, congratulations to you've lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, definitely.
Let me ask you this: do you feel like the food as well that can affect your mental health?
Definitely mandatory. Yeah. That's. I feel like when I was heaviest, I was not. I was just not in a good place mentally, physically. I was definitely much more negative. It was definitely a big.
You guys want to know what I have to say about overweight? You guys will die laughing. And I'm not making a fat person joke. We'll edit. My thing is if you cannot look down and see your vagina or your penis, you're not a happy person.
That's mandatory.
I'm being serious.
But there is medical disorders that, like hypothyroid.
Yeah, that's rare. That's rare.
Or diabetes. Yeah, but diabetes is not rare. It's common. No.
Diabetes is common due to the diet that people are eating.
Some people are born with diabetes.
Yes, but again, to be born with it is still rare compared to how many type 2 diabetics we have out here because of the horrible food choices they're making. Like, to me, no offense, it is so... It's awful how much, especially people in the United States, how obese they really are and how they're bad.
No, they definitely don't eat well in the United States.
No, not at all.
FDA doesn't regulate the food enough.
Exactly.
It's not even enough. They just allow too much to go through. Like a lot of stuff that's FDA approved here, if you go to like certain places in the world,
like the Skittles.
You saw that? Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
they allow us to just be guinea pigs and they say, you know what?
You are what you eat. I'm a strong believer.
I feel like a lot of things, I'm not trying to say Dr. Sebi is the say all be all, but I believe
that he is. He's from my country, and I'm an herbalist, so he's the deal.
I do believe no matter what medical issue you have, I do believe there's a cure.
There's a cure,
and I don't think you need medicine, traditional medicine, pills, and chemo, and all these things. I think that there's natural ways to heal.
So let me tell you, I got diagnosed with lupus. I don't know how many years ago, and that's why I still always have like a red always here undertone, like a butterfly. You'll see. That's the only thing I have.
I think you did tell me that,
Yeah, and so my joints do hurt, but I haven't had. But when I got diagnosed with it, I was eating a lot of cheese, a lot of things, and so I was able to. What happened was I went in and like things were happening, and I remember they wanted to give me this trial pill that they give to people for malaria, right? And I'm like, wait, you said trial. And they were like, yeah. And I said, okay, well, does this mean that it's going to like stop it? And they're like, no, it just won't get any further, but you have to take it forever. And literally I was like, I'm done. I walked out and I just changed my diet. And that's why, like I don't drink. I'm not a big drinker. And I drink almond milk with my coffee. So I stopped. I don't really have cheese or anything like that. And I really don't eat meat like that either. I know you're a meat person because it creates a lot of mucus, but I haven't tested, like I still have it in me, but I haven't tested positive for I don't know how many years.
I believe in that.
So back to like, you really can change your whole by if you just eat better. And I force myself to work out. I'm not gonna lie. There's days, especially in wintertime, my joints, my neck, I'm like dying. But I'm like, even today I didn't feel that good. I forced myself to go in for a walk, and so it's important. So so you feel like mental health helps you be a better entrepreneur and all that. Now, are you at a point in your life? How old are you?
36.
Are you at a point in your life where you think you're going to be a good partner? Are you looking for marriage, or would you be willing to be in a polygamy relationship? Like two women.
I don't know about that, but I'd rather be with one.
Yeah, that's what you give me that vibe. You're like a one woman type of guy.
I'm a one woman type of guy. Yeah. And if it's
too much work for two women,
nah. I mean,
you wouldn't want to date us?
I mean, it's not too much work for me. I don't mind it, but it's just I feel like the lines can get kind of blurred. And
I'm the same
as much
way.
as I love
I'm
women,
greedy. I want my man for me.
As much as I love women, as you guys know, you guys are very you guys require a lot of work. And so if you're having a bad day, now I got to deal with two people having a bad day. And so I'm like, oh, Jesus, you know, I'm a very positive person. I love to be around that type of energy. And, you know, women sometimes can, you know, have those days. And
I agree. I've tried the whole polygamy thing. Yeah? So I'll be honest. I was in a relationship and he was separated from his wife. And, you know, I looked at it like, okay, they're always going to be there because they got kids.
Were they together?
No, they weren't together. They were separated. He was divorced. But during our relationship, he got remarried behind my back.
Oh.
Right.
When did the poly start?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So then she found out about me. She hit me up and was like, oh, and I'm like, your husband, after he showed me the divorce papers, I'm like, what? So anyway, he's like, look, I don't want to talk about this. He flew me down.
Ooh, it's getting spicy.
He flew me down. I'll never forget. He picked me up in the car. He got me, we're getting dressed. She pulls up. Ooh. And she's like, hi.
This is a novela.
So, and I was like, I was wearing this blazer and I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I don't have a tank top. She's like, oh, let me run to Target. She's like, and get it for you. So
she was with it.
So yeah. So listen, I was like, okay. So whatever, we go out. He goes, I want both of you to sit in the back. Ooh. So we're both in the back seat. Oh. I've never seen her before, never met her, right? Now, I know that they got remarried, but I do know for a fact because he showed me his divorce paper. So this isn't like a brand new, you know what I mean? Of course. So anyway, he literally, he's sitting at the restaurant. He's sitting across. I'm sitting here. I'm just meet homegirl for the first time. He goes, listen, we're going to call her Jane. Listen, Jane, you're my wife by paper, but I love Via. Ooh.
Damn. That's a strong woman to hear that.
You're going to accept her and you're going to love her. And I don't want her to spend no more Thanksgivings alone, no more birthdays alone. We're going to all spend it together. Ooh. And I was just looking at her like, because to me, I was more open to receive it because I knew no matter what, she was always going to be there because they got kids. So it was easier for me to kind of, you know, accept the situation because if you're going to date somebody and they got kids and they got a relationship, you got to like know what you're getting into. Yeah. And I just looked at her and I said, are you okay? Because like I'm a woman's woman at the end of the day. Like I'm all women. I'm pro women. I love women. Right. And she's just like, you know, and so it was getting weird. So we all go to dinner, whatever. We drop her off to her house and then we're at the place, right? Yeah. So the next day he's like, yo, I gotta take my sons, blah, blah, blah. Why don't you and her go to the mall together? I'm like, whatever, right? So we go to the mall. Now, mind you, he used to play in the league, in the NBA, so that should say a lot anyway, too. She had the biggest diamond chain, right? And I pull up, she's like, yeah, and let's say Joe, I'll call him Joe. And Joe gave me this, and Joe da-da-da. And when Joe used to play, Joe used to go shopping for me. Now everything was all about trying to, and I'm like, sis, I'm just trying to get to know you, like whatever, right? Yeah. So anyway, then he's like, I want y'all to go away together for New Year's. So he pays for us to go to Miami. We're together. And she's never been to a strip club. So, you know me, I'm like, let's go to the strip club.
Let's have a good time.
Anyway, we go to the strip club. And I'm like, psh, psh, psh. And she's filming what I'm doing. And of course, I'm dancing with the women and I'm, you know, doing what I'm doing. And she's like, you know, some guys are talking to us, but like, I know how to stay in my lane, but I know how to sell the sizzle without giving up the steak. Of course, we're two beautiful women. So I know that men are going to talk, but she was recording me, making it look like I was talking to these dudes. And then she was sending it back to him.
Yeah. See, I don't got time for the drama.
This exactly. Point. So my point is that
in my life.
There's always going to be one. So any of y'all be like, oh, you know, whatever. And even in the Muslim religion, you can have multiple wives, but there's always the first wife. And that means, like she said, I don't do sides. I don't do.
That's the boss.
There's always like, and the same thing in the pimping. There's the bottom bitch, and then there's the other bitches. You know what I'm saying?
And then some women enjoy, and then some women just do it because they love the man that much, or they love their family that much.
That was the girl.
Necessarily, she is like almost like she tolerated you, but deep down inside, she was probably breaking inside.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and that's how it made me feel. So it made me feel I was the way she was acting. And so even when I pulled up to the hotel before we go to the strip club, she pulled up the laptop like, let me show you our wedding pictures, their first wedding.
Yeah, she's doing too
and
much.
And I'm just sitting here like, damn. And mind you, he was wondering why I wasn't calling him all the time. I'm like, because you're calling her. You know, I'm with her. Like, it's unnecessary. Mm-hmm. It just got so my whole thing with, and I'm glad that you said, I've tried everything. You know, like I'm open. So I'm a Libra too.
For sure.
I'm an open book, but I'm a Libra. I'm a lover. Like I just love. And so I realized for me, you know what, that poly thing is not for me because it's messy. And
I don't do messy and I don't do drama.
It's
I got too much on my plate. I ain't got time for it.
Yeah.
The first sight of it at all, and even my business, my personal life, it just gets vaccinated.
Right. And that's how I thought.
Life is too short to even have any of that.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
I do sympathy flowers. And so that hits home.
Oh, yeah. Wait. Listen, we got to talk about right now his breakup. Okay. So when he's ready to break up with a woman, tell him what you do. I love this. Tell him what you do.
You gonna put this out?
Yes. Wow. Tell him what you do.
Man. I feel like when it's time to break up, you should give them a care package.
Oh, that's sweet. You know? I would appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done I've done even with like no matter what.
So we break up. Well, tell me what you do. First things, you call me.
Yeah, we're gonna turn up. We're gonna, whether it's a vacation, whether I'm.
You might even bring me on a vacation.
Can we break up?
Yeah. Well, after we ain't broke up yet. I'm giving you one last hurrah. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm doing gifts. Wow. We're going out to eat, wining and dining, hotels, couple massages.
Wait, then does the homegirl know we're breaking up?
No, she don't know.
This is how it leads up to it.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I think that's it's only right. You know, she dealt with me for all that time or whatever, however much time. I mean,
but she don't know
that's a gentleman thing to do.
No, that's not just if you surprise me and you do all that and then you say, by the way, bye, I'm breaking up with you.
With a care package?
Good day, sir.
Thank you.
So yeah,
we're beefing.
My thing is I don't do it that next day. I wait maybe like a week or so and I say, baby, you know what?
Disappear a little bit.
Yeah, fade to black is what I call it. That's my thing. I just fade to black and obviously they're gonna notice. And I say, you know, unfortunately, you know, this is I'm just going in a different direction in my life, but I appreciated my time with you. I had a good time, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Nah, we beefing.
I think that's just. It's a thank you.
It's considerate of your time. I still want to be cordial. Yeah. I still appreciate you in the journey. Yeah. Thank you for this journey. Because people think that they break up, we have to be enemies.
Yeah,
no,
and I don't understand
a journey.
That. Yeah.
I've grown, you've grown.
Of course.
And then to be in love and then to hate each other, I don't understand
I don't
that.
agree that
No. I'm friends with all my exes. I mean, we don't talk every day, but it's like cordial.
Yeah.
Hey, I wish you the best. Wow, your kids are beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. Oh, you and your girl are gorgeous. I'm happy you found love.
I mean, I think
I
it's
don't
minimum
mind what
of
you're
a few
saying.
stacks.
I don't mind what you're saying. But what I'm saying is if we don't have the conversation and I don't get the feeling like, yo, I think we're about to break up and da-da-da, and then you hit me with that.
But he does it in steps. He starts disappearing a little bit.
You didn't say you disappear afterwards. You didn't say you start disappearing slowly. If you blindside me and then you take me on vacation,
I don't cut you off the next day. Yeah. No, that's disrespectful. That's rude.
He's saying there's nothing that leads up to even the woman knowing the breakup. He's not saying
he blacks.
He said after he wines and dines them afterwards.
Is this before the gift? When does the gift come? After the fade to black?
No, before the fade to black. I do all this before I fade to black.
You're not going to play me like that.
What does the gift basket entail? No.
Oh, it could be, depends what she likes. You know, it could be
a little Chanel.
It could be any of that. Yeah, of course.
Jewelry.
All of that. Yeah. I like to spend. My thing is, I'd rather,
he said I like to spend, ladies.
But my thing is this. I want my name not to be played with.
That's
because so after the situation, you ain't gonna play with my name. My name is all I got. So you ain't gonna say, oh, he did this. No. Remember what I did at the end.
Yeah, but that's still slime. I'm not gonna lie. If you and I are dating, let's just say, by the way, we're not, so don't no rumors start. But let's just say we're dating, right? And I'm thinking everything's Gucci and we're still talking. You're like, babe, you know what? Let's go to dinner or let's go to a vacation. We have a fun time. You give me gifts or whatever. And all of a sudden you start fading to black. I'm like, hey, what's going on? You're like, oh, by the way, this isn't working for me. Yeah. I'm gonna feel some type of way. You need to kind of embrace me for this breakup.
Maybe how should I do it? I got to learn too.
I think you're doing it just fine, darling. I'll enjoy the care package. I'll take that.
I think it should be honestly because some women have abandonment issues. Some people don't deal with.
I dealt with that recently.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I just think that if you're going to break up with somebody, you're going to break up with shorty, you just say, look, I really care about you, but I just think it's not really working. But I want to show you how much I care about you. Let's do something fun before we separate.
Do you tell them the reason why when you break up with them?
If they ask.
Yeah, okay.
If they ask. I don't go and start listening. Hey, so X, Y, Z,
you
number
give them
one.
Closure,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. If they want it, I'll give it to them. Yeah.
Now that I agree, but you can't just blindside me. Imagine you think we're dating, you think everything's Gucci, and I take you out and everything, and all of a sudden, and I gift you and I wine, and then you're calling me. I'm like, oh, by the way, shorty, I'm out.
Even with closure?
Just hold on.
There
pause.
was no closure. He said he just fades to black.
No, but if they ask,
after they're asking, but imagine you getting wine and dine, you thinking, and then all of a sudden you're like, nah, to me,
but
like.
Hold on, time. I do this regularly, so I just want to be.
Like it's gonna make it any better.
Hold on, time.
Breaking up with women regularly. Oh my God.
That came
I don't think I can help you anymore.
Hold on. He is a serial breaker. He be heartbreaking.
No, that came out crazy. Hold on, let me rewind that.
You can still break up with me. I'll take the care package.
My thing is this. What I meant to say is I do vacations regularly, gifts regularly. That's
what I'm saying. So she's blindsided because she's thinking it's another day.
I don't want, if a female hears this interview, I don't want her to think that when I take her on a vacation, he about to break up with me. No. I do this. That's something I like to do.
But that's my point. You do it so much, so the woman's thinking, oh my God, my poppy taking me another vacation. Oh yes. Oh, and he stay. You know what I'm saying? Give me fun. He stay giving me the Chanel bags, and then all of a sudden, hello.
No, it ain't gonna be none of that. I'm gonna answer. I don't fade to black where I'm just disregarding you and being disrespectful. Yeah. Remember, we built something. So I got to be, and we're gonna still be friends. It's just I'm putting the line in the sand, baby girl. You got to be on this side. I'm gonna be on this side. Enjoy whatever's got. I don't want you thinking that you're gonna have another chance. We're going somewhere else, because my thing is I don't want to sell a dream, and I don't want to give them false hope that something else is about to happen. So why play with them and lead them on and drive them crazy? That's why, and I know a lot of guys,
especially
like
if you're
dating, like a girl, chasing them and acting crazy.
Right,
I'm not into all that.
Top 5 things that turn men off that you think when not just you,
be honest,
but like from what you hear from a lot of your guy friends, top 5 things that turn men off to be like, ooh, that's a breakup. That's a breakup.
Big red flags.
Yeah, red flags are just I'm done with that.
As much as I like to chase, I don't like. So let's say I hit you up, good morning or whatever. When I see that the response is taking 30 hours, but you're here posting on social media.
We need to talk. You've been putting me out there like
this girl. Because I feel like, I'm like, damn, I'm like, my girl ain't texting me back.
I got a business to run.
Exactly. What I'm saying is that's totally cool. But if I see that there's somebody else getting instant access and I'm over here waiting, I don't have time for that.
I see that.
But how do you know someone else is getting instant access?
Well, it could be. My thing is, let's not act like we're not on the phone. Okay, it's 2023.
Everybody got their phone on. I agree with you on that.
So if I got time to text you or like, hey, I'm busy right now, hit you up later. That's all I'm saying. I don't need you to be instant. You know what I'm saying?
One.
Not responding fast is the first one.
I agree with that.
Well, it doesn't even need to be fast.
It doesn't need to be fast, but at least give me a 2-hour grace period.
Not the next day.
Oh no, you're fired. No, you're fired.
All I need is communication.
Yeah, me too.
I got a busy day. I'll hit you up tomorrow.
We ain't dating, but hey.
That's all I'm saying.
I feel like bringing Jay into this because I feel alone.
My thing is just communicate. We're all adults here. Listen, don't treat me like a kid. I'm a grown man.
And you know what I'm really big on too? If my friends or my partner, you know what, girl, I'm really going through some things. I need some space. Yeah. Then, okay, I'm cool with you. We don't got to talk for a few days.
Some people aren't phone people like me. No. I'm a reader. So my phone is in the room for 3-4 hours. When I get into a good book and when I get into my meditation, I like to remove electricity from me. I'll do grounding when I'm in my moment, and sometimes I'm exercising. And
that's actually very good.
And I go outside. I'm like, I need to ground.
Yeah,
and then I'm
into the ground.
I get really into things. So
but
3-4 hours, and then you don't hear from me for 3-4 hours, then I'm canceled.
No. I'm not saying, again, I don't care if it's 3-4 hours, but that's fine. It can be even later in the day. I'm exaggerating when I say like 2 hours. It can be later in the day.
I don't know. I'm just about communication.
I'm the same way because I do meditate. I do grounding, and I live across the beach. I go to the beach. My toes touch that sand
and you
every
get
day.
Loose, and then you're like, oh shit, what time is it?
Okay, 2. And the things that you're saying, you think pretty much are like universal for men.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like a woman that takes a little time for herself. Like, you know, she cares about her appearance.
She's well put together. Yes.
How we looking.
I feel like that's necessary. I
bringing every single
I understand
time.
females,
Period.
you know, I'm not
serve.
saying that she needs to be dolled up every day. You know, obviously that takes time and work, but you know, I like a woman that takes care of herself.
She gotta smell good.
Yeah. I'm
Brush your
definitely.
teeth. Take
You know what I'm big on, and I'm not gonna lie, and it can sound so petty. If you can't dress as my friend, and I got to keep telling you, girl, you need to know how to dress. I don't want to be your friend no more because that means you don't know how to present yourself. And I don't got time to raise you. And then 2, as my man, my dude, if you don't know how to dress, and I'm a buyer. So like, I'm the type of friend too. Like, say you didn't know how to dress. I'll be like, oh girl, I'll be dropping. Here you go. Here you go. Right. Or my dude, I'll be like, oh, he can't really. But if I got to keep doing that, I'm raising my homegirl and I'm raising my dude and I'm dressing them like they're my kids. That's too much for me.
Trying to be corny, but I am attracted to a beautiful smile. Something about a beautiful smile, it just lights up a room. I'm attracted to that.
But is a woman that can dress, is that a big deal for you?
Yeah, I like that.
Like that's clean too, right?
Yeah,
I know that's a big thing.
She got to match
clean. Honey, if you're not clean, you gotta get away from me.
She's got to match my flower.
I know a lot of women that skip showers. Like, today's my shower day.
No, you seen that going viral too. These people not taking showers for weeks on end. I said, wait, what?
They don't have washcloth in their shower.
Wait, we need to talk about one more thing.
Hygiene.
This is universal, men and women. If you got this white shit in your teeth, okay?
There's no breath.
I don't know what the fuck or who didn't raise you right. You were raised by wolves.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. When you brush your teeth, I'm going to need you to get really in there and I'm going to need you to floss. Because there's way too many like cockamouths trying to talk to me with this white shit.
Or even hot breath, man. Let's talk about it.
If I say to you, you got some gum?
Get checked. The sour breath means something's going on down there.
If I say to you got some gum?
Can we be clear? We need to be going to the dentist minimum.
Thank you.
Twice a year.
Thank you.
Minimum.
More than that.
No, I know. I'm just saying minimum. No, just minimum twice a year. Every 6 months, you need to at least do a deep cleaning, not a regular cleaning. Deep.
God.
I mean, I just believe
your teeth.
Multiple times a day.
And my last thing about teeth,
if
you're gonna get your teeth done and you're gonna get the porcelains, please don't look like a whole what do you call it? Donkey. Yeah, and your shit just we gotta check that. Real friends be like, yo, your teeth white and shit. You're glowing. It's too much. I don't like that. Real friends tell each other about their mouths.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So that's 3. What's 4?
That's a good question. A woman that is I get turned off by lazy women. Lazy women turn me off. I don't mind leading and doing everything. I'm used to that. It's just how I've always been.
You like ambitious women.
Nothing turn me on more than an ambitious woman. I love it. I don't know. And then I don't like a woman that don't know how to cook. I'm sorry.
Ooh, I like that.
We need to do some. Are we gonna have a chef?
Yeah, we're gonna have a chef. Yeah, and maybe we'll do some like cooking.
I need part of that. Yeah.
I gotta bring some.
In my house, my dad was
from Honduras, some Guatemala dishes.
Some Guatemalan,
in my house, my dad was the cook.
Really?
I enjoy cooking. So I can't. I mean, I'll never.
I love Puerto Rican food.
We all have deal breakers. My deal breaker is I won't even.
My grill game hard. We grilled over the summer.
Oh yeah.
You know I can cook.
We still got to put that out. We got to put that because I don't think nobody saw that. We put together an epic feast. But that's a deal breaker for me. If she says and not even that I'm not asking, she don't need to cook every day, all day. I'm not asking.
Once in a while,
yeah. She needs to know her way around the kitchen.
I don't think once in a while either. I think a woman should cook at least 3 to 4 times a week.
I'm all for 3 to 4, but take me out. Let's go out
together.
Especially if I can afford it, you can afford it.
Yeah.
I don't want to work 12 hours and have to cook every day.
Of course.
I
have a lot of stress.
No, I agree.
Of course, but I'm just going to say this, and this is especially to the mothers, and especially if you, because I know both of you guys don't have children, but I did. And let me tell you something. I'll talk about the club. I used to be in the clubs, do double shifts. I used to be hitting that pole, right? Mm-hmm. I used to be there from 11 to 6, eat my whatever dinner, and then be there again from 7 till 2, and wouldn't get home till like 3, 4. Get up, make my daughter breakfast, right? Yeah. And then cook her lunch, cook her dinner during the before. And I'm gonna tell you why I did that. But I was also raising an athlete, and what I'm not liking to see, and this is going to another thing, but a lot of you mothers and fathers, I don't know why are y'all killing your children with like Dunkin' Donuts, McDonald's, all this stuff,
coffee.
Starbucks, all this stuff. Like, why are you
this fake ass coffee?
Processed food.
And I know food
coffee. This is what you need here.
Okay? and I know that food's expensive, but this is when you meal prep, because let me tell you something. Especially if you're raising athletes, they need their body. They need to rejuvenate. And I'll never forget one thing. A lot of Latin people cook and a lot of island people cook. Listen, the number best thing that you can cook for your kids if they're athletes is rice and beans. You know why? They're getting carbs and they're getting protein. And it's something that you can have, and it's easy and it's not cost effective. And make sure you don't buy that sodium canned bean. You let that bean soak them overnight.
And try brown rice or wild rice or quinoa.
But ladies, let me tell you something. It's important to cook. If you don't know how to cook, watch YouTube University.
I don't understand. It's so basic. YouTube will tell anything you want.
Not by choice.
I love to cook. I love to cook just because too, I know, like for me, I knew when my daughter was growing up and watching her, I'm like, my daughter's getting all this good food. My daughter, I'll never forget, I let her get a tattoo when she was 14 or 15, because I was seeing like a group text. They were all going to get like tattoos, right? And I said, you know what? My daughter's not about to catch on. What is it? With the needles? What's that thing? Hep. I'm like, my daughter's about to get, and I said, listen, if you really want a tattoo, I'll bring you, right? I'll take you to a real spot. So I let her.
Why didn't you give her some henna? Some henna.
No, she didn't want that. My daughter was, I was like, and I know my kid.
A few years ago anyways.
And listen, if you do kids, if you tell them no, they'll do, these days kids are bold. They'll do things. Anyway, my point is she was playing basketball and soccer. Anyway, I let her get a tattoo. I saw her walk out with her friends. And this is how adamant I was. I would go to the mother's house. I'd be like, don't let my daughter eat no processed food and don't let her drink no soda. She's not allowed. This girl had the nerve to walk out with fucking soda. I came running under my car.
I believe that's central. I didn't have soda till I was like 16, 17 when I was actually working. My mom never had, growing up, we never had soda in the house. She never bought it.
Oh, never, ever.
I ran down on her.
Milk and water.
I grabbed that shit. And I'll never get my daughter tweet. She's like, my mama let me get a tattoo, but she punished me for having soda. But I was dead ass on that.
Thank my mom for that.
If you could cook, you're going to find your way into my life. If you want to stay in my life, I mean, I'm not saying that you need to learn how to cook. Well, I'm just saying, if you want to be a part of my life, you need to know how to cook.
No, I can cook together. I think it's romantic too, to learn each other's cuisines.
I agree. We could do it together. Or one day you cook, I'll do the dishes, or vice versa. Let's have fun with it.
Exactly.
I think that's a universal thing, because that's the thing saying find a way to man's to a heart is through his stomach.
And a woman's.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. I'm definitely, I ain't gonna lie, I'm definitely cook for a lady.
I'm mad at you bringing some food.
So what do you feel about right now with the whole like do you think that because women are getting more educated, because women are getting more bossed up, because more women are working more, do you think that women are losing some of the domestic things?
In my opinion, yeah. I feel like I'm meeting way too many women that don't know their way around the kitchen. They struggle to boil water. I'll be baffled.
That's why you got the care gift package. You got the care gift package because he was like, listen, sis.
Yeah, this is not working. I've tried it and it just doesn't work for me. I'm not, and I'm not saying I need a gourmet meal. I mean, let's be honest. We know this meals that you can make simple, quick. I don't want to.
Listen, a good pasta
with some ramen. You want some ramen?
No
ramen. A good pasta with some butter and Parmesan cheese and some salt.
There's so many things you can do that are simple. It doesn't need to be. I don't want no damn peanut butter and jelly. Even though I tear it up,
I'll cut the crust out for you.
I'll tear up some peanut butter and jelly, but that can't be the only meal you know how to make. Okay, we need to spice it up. And so for me, that's my love language. Everybody got their love language. That's mine.
I think mine's food too.
I'm a food for sure. Yeah. And traveling. I love to travel.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
I have to take a couple trips.
That's another thing. I have a hard time, and I'm gonna be real with you, honey. You don't got a passport. You can't come into my pass and my port.
Oh my God. Yo, that's true.
Yo, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a world traveler, and I've traveled to so many different countries. I met a lot of different cultures, and when you don't travel, or if you don't ever leave your city, you don't ever leave the block. What are we gonna talk about? Because I'm gonna try different foods. I'm gonna be into different cultures.
Or be open to travel.
And I'm willing, but not even open. If you haven't traveled, sir, if you've never traveled, don't step to me. I'm out of your league.
If you ain't got no stamps in your passport, don't talk to her, okay?
You can't.
But my thing is this. I've been on vacations with females and they've been deal breakers for me because our vacation, you can't just vacation with anybody.
Oh, hell no.
That's when you really get to learn.
I'm going to talk to you about that. I'm going to talk to you about that.
You need to talk about that because you just can't go. I feel like if you could vacation with somebody, that's somebody that you should take serious. If you can't vacate, just end it there.
That's a perfect way to test them, actually.
Oh, yeah.
No, not just, I'm going to talk to you. This is another real story for me. Not just relationships. If friends, you can't just go on vacation with just any type of friend. So
I'm afraid of these girls.
Me too. Let me just tell you something.
It's rare I take one.
Let me tell you something. I just recently kind of stopped talking to somebody I really love. I still love her because I seen her go on a trip with the ops. With bitches that was talking about me.
Yeah, that's not good.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you knew this. And I don't really got, this is old beef. Like, I don't even got no beef with them. But if I'm sitting here watching you be on vacation, like, to me, when I go on vacation, I trust you with my life. What if something happens to me? What if I drown? What if whatever? I don't know what. So vacationing with people,
let's talk about it.
Or at least tread water.
We gotta learn.
No, you gotta know. If you don't know how to swim, that's another big thing for me, honey. I'm a mermaid.
See, I could tread water. I mean, I'm not doing laps.
Scared? Are you scared of the water? Are we gonna be able to
flow? I can
we
tread
do
water
excursions when we go on vacation? Okay, you're not gonna be scared. Okay,
I'm just not like.
Oh yeah, okay, no, that's fine. As long as we can do water excursions. I have a couple people that are scared to just even touch the water. I said, baby girl, what? I'm doing this by myself. I'm making my own memory. What's this?
Yeah,
that's what you get the care package. That care package is happening.
Yo, every time Jimmy's like, oh, care package. That care package be in your back pocket. That shit goes so hard. Care package.
Yeah, care package.
Instead of the care bear, like I'm gonna call you the care package, man.
Yo, I don't know. We gotta be able to learn how to swim. And vacation, we gotta be able to vacation and have a good time. I mean, and I don't mean vacation meaning we're gonna club the whole time. I like to plan my vacation where we do some excursions. Maybe we'll do a couple.
I'm not a club person.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it one night, maybe two. But definitely we got to do some excursions.
A good lounge.
Yes.
We got to definitely hit the beach. Yeah, definitely a lounge. We got to do a lot of dinners because I like to eat.
Yeah.
And with all of that, you know, I'd love to have me a good vacation.
And have travel etiquette. Some people don't have travel etiquette. They're not on time.
Yeah.
They don't know how to behave themselves when there's another culture involved. That's a big pet peeve of mine. Respect other cultures when you travel.
When I was in Guatemala, all right, and there's a lot of expats in Guatemala. And
what is that?
Expats are a lot of people from United States or Europe that live in, say, Honduras or live in Guatemala. Like a lot of different, like, in Caucasian or Anglo-Saxon, whatever. I don't know which one to say.
Cultures.
Right. No, but they're the ones that live. So they call them expats. So it's usually white people that live in these countries, right? So anyway, I'm going to La Masia, which is in the Mexican border. And I tell them, I said, listen, my family's taking care of this. Don't put your money out for nothing. When I say they're taking care of it, they're taking care of it. Don't bring your money out, nothing. It's disrespectful. These women, right, are sitting here like, and yo, my peoples was looking at them like, and they don't, again, she said, it's not just even proper etiquette, it's culture etiquette. So you're disrespecting a Latin culture or say Middle Eastern culture or say every culture. And if they say they got it, don't, it's disrespectful. You got to let them take care of it.
Even if you could do a little more, that's your business. Allow them
to do it.
It's something that I do on every vacation. You may call it weird, corny, I don't care, but I call it touch the people. When I go there, I need to at least half a day. I go to the supermarket, or if I'm at a place where it has a buffet or anything like that, I grab food, I buy drinks, and I go and I tell if I go to taxi or Uber, I say, bring me to the poorest part here.
Yeah.
And I need to give back. Just to be,
That's
just for
so
me, I come from the bottom and I know what it feels like to be at the bottom. So I always got to give back. That's just something that's in my heart. My parents raised me that way. And so
I'm
no
the
matter
same
where
way.
I'm at, I got to touch the people at least one time while I'm there. And just be grateful for what I do have.
I'm the same way. I love to be in touch with the people. I want to be in the villages. I want to be where like
see the real true culture.
Yeah, I want to see the true culture. Like I'm never forget when I went to Jamaica, right?
Yes,
and they was like,
shout out to Jamaica.
Yeah, and they were like, the resort people want to keep you there, so like don't have the street food, man.
What?
You go to the street food and you see the women coming out and they're cooking their
fresh fruit with
the curry chicken and
they
the jerk chicken.
They call me crazy for doing that. I said, nah, I don't care. I'm not worried about getting robbed, killed, none of that. I'm not going there to flash. I'm not doing the most. You show them that you're a human being. People respect human beings no matter where you are in the world. I don't care how hood it is, how gangster it is. If you show that you a real person, it's all about respect. I go there and give back, man. They show me so much love. I've seen people cry when I come.
And that's a big breakup for me. If you don't know how to act, like she said, like, so if I like, and that's another thing, not just in traveling, but you gotta be, I can be corporate, I can go in the hood, I can travel. If you don't know how to be a multidimensional man, if you don't know how to be a multidimensional man, I want you to throw on the sweatsuit and I want you to throw on the hoodies. I want you to put on the Timbs and I want you to put on the Gucci shoes.
I mean,
like you have to be a multidimensional cultural man in order to deal with me, because I can be 4 different women in a matter of 3 different. I can in the morning put on my workout and then in the afternoon. You know?
I had to give somebody a red flag for me because they didn't know who Martin Lawrence was. And
they didn't know the culture.
Yeah, I mean, she was the most beautiful girl. They said I was crazy, but I'm like, baby girl, you don't have, she didn't have a personality. That's big for me.
Shout out to Martin Lawrence.
So yeah, I'm like, if you don't know Martin Lawrence, like
music. That's a big thing too. If we're not vibing to the same music, like, come on, honey. Like, I can't listen to country.
If you're dating someone younger?
I don't do younger.
Really?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
I can't.
I
have a 23-year-old.
I have an old soul, weird, but
I can't do that.
There's not all music that I know that I'm gonna know.
I mean, my thing is it just has to be somebody that I feel like if you don't know who Martin Lawrence is, you living under a rock.
Right.
And I don't want to be under that rock with you.
Yeah, because there's nothing more better.
I know that sounds crazy and stupid, but you don't know who
you
want to
throw some like, you know what I mean? Just some.
But how about if they're foreign, like somebody from like Puerto Rico, born and raised, and then they come here?
Well, that's different. But this person, the person I'm referring, no disrespect. If you see this,
sorry for this lady.
But at least you got your care package, sis.
She
how was it? Tell me what was in it.
Yeah, she definitely got it. I ain't gonna lie. But that for me, it was the biggest turn. I said, wait, what? I wanted to put on Martin.
She know the culture.
She didn't even know why. I said, well, but do you know? I just had to. That's where it ended for me. We went on a vacation. I ain't gonna lie. We did go on vacation, and definitely some gifts was happening. And then I just
one more red flag for me before we leave is if you don't work out.
Yeah, health is the new wealth.
I can't be getting off the couch. I can't be going to the gym all the time, and I'm looking at you, and you sitting there a couch potato, and I'm like, yo,
that's what I'm saying. Lazy. I don't have time for lazy people.
Yeah, you got me so fucked up right now. Well, anyway, I want to say thank you so much, and thank you so much for the flowers.
Yes, and I want to give Via a big birthday shout out. Let's not act like you didn't just have a birthday.
10-10.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely celebrate that.
Thank you.
So make sure
Did you enjoy the show?
Oh yeah, this was amazing.
You did amazing.
I can't wait to be back for part 2.
With the food?
Can we do Via's kitchen party?
We gotta get some food involved because I'm hungry.
So you guys just saw right here. Obviously, Waltham Florist was the sponsor for the show. So if you're interested, or if you just want to support, remember everything costs time and whatever, and costs money. So but most of all for your business, and I'm just gonna say this to my business people, why should you be a sponsor? When between both of our social medias, all of our social medias, we get a lot of plays, especially I do a lot of reels, and my social capital is huge, so I always get a lot of definitely views, and it's just going to help you in your business as well. And then also too, I think people will love your business more if they also know a little bit more about you.
Get to know you.
I agree.
So anyway, that's why you should sponsor. So any businesses out there, or if you're an artist, or if you have an album, or if you're a painter,
music,
anything, feel free. We want,
and I'm going to add this. If whoever sponsors, they get a post on my stuff too. Just because I love to see everybody win. That's something big to me.
It's a family environment.
Yeah, so every time you sponsor, you getting posted on my personal and my business. I just love to see everybody win.
And are you going to add a discount too?
Oh, yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
You see that?
Of course.
So, you guys, if you guys are also a sponsor over here, Waltham Florist said that he's also going to give you a discount. So, First Date Flowers, here we come.
We'll add a promo code somewhere in here. We'll add that so that way you can just use that on the website or when you call in. We'll make sure we take care of you guys.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
My pleasure. I had such a fun time. I can't wait for part 2 because we definitely doing it. So, make sure y'all ready. If you like this show, be ready for part 2 because we're going to definitely turn it up.
All right, with food.
Yeah. And we're going to have flowers everywhere. So make sure, I don't care where you at, flowers got to be present. Okay?
Right.
Exactly.
It really sets the tone. And I'm not saying this because I'm a florist. I'm just telling you, flowers need to be present. If you don't see these celebrities, you watch shows, movies, if you pay attention, there's flowers everywhere. Even in movies, they'll have it as a centerpiece. They'll have it there. Flowers, there's always a reason and there's always an occasion. So just make sure you come through. We got you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye.